volume is up enough so that everyone can hear me. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here with me. As you can see, I did change my YouTube name from Auspicious Intuition, which is still valid. My intuition is very much so in the auspicious frequency and vibe. I always will be. I just changed it to something that is more of a self-expression of where I am right now as well on my journey. The double scorp witch obviously could be controversial to a lot of people, but for the most part it's of pure intention. I'm a Scorpio sun and rising, and I have a high respect for Mother Nature, and I work with the elements. She provides for us, and I work with the energies and have respect for what is happening beyond our control in the cosmos and everything that is divinely orchestrated, and just do my best to co-create with the flow, the natural flow, so we can all have the best experiences as we're incarnated. So I'm here today basically to share a dream that I had. It touches bases with alternate realities. It is very correlated to astral traveling. If anyone out there has been having dreams where they feel that they're in another realm of existence and have been plugged into a alternate consciousness, that's another reason why I'm sharing my dream today. You're not crazy. I just felt really called to share this. And so the interesting thing is that when I got my opportunity to write out what I was able to remember in my dream, I know that for the past couple of nights I had been experiencing emotions in my dreams, but I wasn't able to remember the detail, and so that had got to me, and I made intention in my subconscious that I wanted to remember. I wanted to be able to put together what I was doing, where I was, and who I was interacting with. And I was like, okay, I'll make the intention to write it down this next time. I'm going to do my best to remember as much as I can. So that's what happened to me today. And as I was writing out everything, it's interesting. I have a draft, and then I actually, because I have the draft of what I wanted to get it out as soon as I could, so I could write down as much as I remembered, and then I have a final draft of me being able to kind of redraw a little bit what I saw, and then put it together even more concentrated of what I felt the subliminal messages were. And I hope everyone can follow that, but I feel like if you're here with me right now, whenever you come across this message, it's transmitted for a reason, and this is a subliminalism that, if it probably didn't say that right, but it exists beyond time and space and distance. This is more about ethereal connection. So yeah, I'm gonna just jump into it. So what I was saying was, after I wrote my first draft, I seen on my timeline on YouTube a new video posted by Lucid Living TV. Shouts out to Lucid Living TV. She is a very, very highly knowledgeable goddess, has a lot of wisdom. that she's been called to share to the collective, or the tribe that vibes with her frequency, to receive messages that I feel like are destined to assist us with our spiritual journeys. Those that vibe with her vibe, those that are called to come across her videos, just like I did. And she spoke on a few topics, so I'm going to say the words that stood out to me in her message that were very, 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 very intricate, and it was already something that I had written down as far as describing my dream. And this is something that I believe, as far as I was in another realm of existence and I was plugged into an alternate consciousness. Yet I like to be aware when I'm even in that consciousness so I can interact more. And this is something that I've been practicing, and this is something that we all can practice. And I feel like it helps us in the waking state to have more control and observe, be that observer. So I'm going to jump right into it. These are the highlights, the words, the trigger words. She was talking about ships, things that she had been seeing. So these are just the words, not like saying we were seeing the same images, but these are the words that she described and that were correlated to what I had been experiencing. So the first word is ships. Then the second thing that stood out to me was her talking about tunnels, going into dark tunnels, and it correlating with Scorpio season, which is something that I'm experiencing heavy right now. The moon was just in Scorpio. I don't know if it still is. I have been studying other things, and I have been checking I have a moon app, and I have been checking it, and I know that the past couple of days, the moon was in Scorpio, and it was extremely, extremely a subliminal dream-like feeling in the waking state. And she also talks about that. So then the third thing was patriotism and matriism, command, and hexagon. So I'm gonna read out the first rough draft that I was able to I wanted to spill it out while I was able to remember as much as I could, and then we'll go into, after everything settled more, and then I was able to draw out and rewrite, and then I'll show you all as well after I read this first rough draft. So I go into saying basically that as far back as I can remember in the dream, there were two Middle Eastern women I had known for a while, it seems. This was just a feeling that I had spent some time around them, and to the point of being close family even. A past friend, Holly, this was a girl that I knew when I was in elementary school, but she actually played out a role in the dream. This was her energy. Holly was assisting me. She told me about them going on their journey. We had spent some time with them, and so as far back as I can remember in the dream, I was coming to during a point of them about to go on the next part of their journey, which would be leaving our presence. So going on their journey into the woods of darkness for 4 years. This is where they were going. She told me they were going to Paris. They were going to Paris, but they were going to be going into the woods of darkness for 4 years. And I remember saying, yes, the woods of darkness. So they were assisting in reigning, or some type of leadership, some type of high priestessness where they gave assistance, you know, to us, to their tribe, right? This space that I was seeing before me was interchanging. The room shape-shifted out of that space moving forward. And that same room came back into similar form as before. And yet feeling different without their presence. Going back into the monitor room, or talk room as I call it, it's a monitor and talk room. Like, for some reason, this is where you discuss, like, orders, facts, or, like, big changes or something like that. And this is the energy that I got. And there now was this male general saying, finally, real command now. I came to him and was holding some sort of like towel. It felt like it was thick, but it was like I don't know if it was a towel or like a mini blanket or something. And I was saying no more patriotism. It's now time for matriism. And it's like as I was walking towards him, he had his hands behind his back and he was like walking backward, and he was just like A, couldn't really do shit about it. B, at that moment revealed to ultimately really be powerless. And C, reveal that you were just talking a bunch of shit and you really don't have the power to back it up. Because in that moment, I was very empowered and I meant what I was saying. And I was really like walking toward him like, no, you're not about to cause any type of chaos or throw anything out of order. Like, that shit is over with. So now I'm gonna show you what I drew out. Let me see if I can hold it up like this. So, and then I'll explain it. Sorry. Okay, so I can't get my camera to turn around right now, and that's okay. This is what I came to get at first. So I'm explaining you basically how this was how it came out at first when I wanted to spill everything out, okay? It's my husband's telephone number. But I was like, the way it felt from the inside, like the fact that Lucid Living TV says hexagon and talks about beehives and all that, it just, and she started off talking about dreams and how we're not crazy and ships and stuff. I'm just like, nah, I gotta make sure I get this out, and I want to share it. So this is how the final draft came out to be. So this is where me and Holly were sitting, and we're able to see the two women were here, and they were like sitting there just getting ready to like sail off. And it's weird because it's a regular room here. There was like a rug, curtain, like plant tree, you know, picture up here. It was like a regular living room, and you could see them still like sitting on something like a ship, and it was like the pole and little sail. And then when I came to, they were like basically waving goodbye, and the room kind of like vibrated back to how it was before, except minus them and the ship, and the energy felt completely different. And this was like the monitor room, so it's like we go from here, being able to see out here, but we go and we have to walk through here to get to the monitor room. And there was like a screen and a wheel, like a steering wheel, and this is where the guy came from. He was like walking towards here as I was coming in here to see what was going to happen next going forward, right? And so this is where I basically started walking toward him. It was like we went this way, like kind of like around the corner, and then this is where he was backing up, and I was backing him up rather, being confident about no more patriotism. It's all about it's time for matriism. And so me and Holly observed, and we're looking at a piece of paper, communing like elder high priestesses. Like the energy felt like we were like more elderly, like we had known some secrets already about some things. The way I responded when she told me about them going into the dark woods for 4 years, and I'm like, yes, the dark woods. Like I remember feeling inside like, damn, 4 years, but it's like I knew, like, yeah, that's a part of the process. So when I wrote out everything again, it says, it came out, the presence of these women felt safe, nurturing, and that they assisted in providing wisdom and proper guidance, pure intent. The fellow wanting to now have command or the influence of what was being monitored, that was in fact the entire simulation of beings. Like the way he looked at the screen and everything, and it was like, it looked like nature, like the world. It was just kind of weird, like, but yeah, the whole simulation of beings, and felt completely egotistical, power tripped, artificial, heartless, non-empathetic. They are powerless. And I feel like with all of that energy of egotistical, power trip, artificial, heartless, non-empatheticness, there is no true power there. And so I wanted to talk about this because it was just so super subliminal. The fact that I wake up and see that Lucid Living TV was speaking and sharing on this very thing that I had just awakened from. And so I want, if you guys can, please go look at her channel and at least hear what she has to say. Like I said, she's very in tune and intelligent. And I will be doing more videos. I'll be doing more vlogs, basically like sharing like the day in the life of a mother, you know, who has a healthy awareness of herself, tapping more into ancient knowledge. Like I said, I'm a mother of 4 children. I'm now working a part-time job, and I'm also dedicating to my craft of creating and sharing the downloads that I'm meant to transmit, getting the strength to do that, and we'll constantly just keep seeing how we grow from here. And like I said, if you're new to my channel, welcome. It's not easy balancing everything, yet it can be done. This is my challenge, especially as a Scorpio, to not like honor my shadow self, but there are still things I gotta provide in the light as well. And we all have our balances. So I love astrology, astroastrology, esoteric astrology. I love to know what's going on in astral forecast. Not every single day, but it does help to have an understanding. And so if you're coming back to my channel, watching my video again, thank you so much. Sorry if I'm rambling. I just want to do more to help those that I'm meant to help and fulfill my life purpose and soul mission, which is to relay messages of some sort. Yeah, and I wish everyone a magical day, and just do your best to stay as aware as you can, and having, control over the things you can, like speaking over your day, having gratitude, um, thinking of the things that are good in your life, and honoring what really feeds your soul. That's the best thing that can ever like happen to us, I feel like, as humans as well. So yeah, no more rambling. Wish you guys a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.